Hello Sagittarius, this is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot. Thank you so very much for turning up and tuning in, for liking, subscribing, commenting, hitting the notification button, and sharing. Before we get started for your March 2023 tarot forecast, I'd like to ask that you please complete this energy exchange by liking, subscribing, commenting, hitting the notification button, and sharing. And if you are drawn to donate, you can do so by following the links to my Cashapp or PayPal, which are in the description of this video. So, Sagittarius, let's see what we have. First of all, I want to say that as a fellow Sagittarian, I kind of feel that we have been doing, since the beginning of this year, a lot of work on releasing and letting go of things that no longer identify us as it used to, meaning our pain, our hurt, our insecurities, our resentment, our abuse. We are releasing those and letting those go. So I feel that we are coming upon a time of stepping into our gifts, spirituality, etc., etc. But this is going to be a very tiring time, right? You're going to go through some experiences that you may feel as if you have no answers for, and this is going to be very emotional and tiring for you. So it's really important that you get rest, a lot of rest, drink a lot of water. All right, let's see what Sagittarius. All right, this is the Energy Oracle. Energy Oracle. Oh, come on. All right, so now we're going to have to pause and go after that card that just flew across the desk on the other side of the room. So give me 1 second. Okay, it literally flew from here to the right side of my desk, behind my guitar, and underneath a shelf. So it was Healer of the Ages. We talked about healing, journaling, strategizing, and woman holding coin. So coming into a time of abundance, a time of prosperity. So this is very important. To start from one and get to the other is very, very important. This could also be a time of you using your abilities and your gifts to acquire the prosperity and abundance in your life that you need in order to do the things that life has kept you from doing. And my cookie just fell on the floor. Yeah, okay, I hear you. Such as buying a house, buying property, buying a new car, going on trips, just doing things that you've always wanted to do, but have always talked yourself out of because you never had enough. There was always that limitation mindset. So now we are healing that limitation mindset. We are healing that stagnant energy. We are healing that generational poverty. We are journaling. We have the key to knowledge. We have this telescope, so we're able to see the future. We have this compass, so we are able to really allow spirit to guide us in the direction. We have this wonderful quill, so we're able to write, we're able to journal, we're able to strategize. And I'm not just talking about writing down your feelings. I'm talking about writing down your dreams, your passions, your desires, your feelings, your path, what you want to do, and keep it all in the positive. Keep it all in a high vibrational energy. So when this money, this is the woman holding coin, everything about her is magical. Everything about her is magical. Purple, royalty. White, peace. Black, she's connected to that side of her in which she knows the balance of the light and the dark, the yin and the yang. She understands the balance of it all. She understands how the healing process can lead to the journaling and the strategizing and the key to knowledge and the looking toward the future and the finding your true path, can learn to the abundance and the prosperity and the magic and it's just this feeling of everything coming fucking together and just being presented. Can you feel that? It just being presented, just here, this is what you've worked for all of your life, or half of your life, or this is what you are now coming into, this beautiful this beautiful bowl of riches and magic and healing and a wonderful future and a beautiful path and all of this wonderful knowledge. And we have gold here and coins, and we have this quill, and the pen is mightier than the sword kind of shit. So don't worry about fighting. Don't worry about fighting, right? We talk about how the quill is mightier than the sword, right? We're talking about how manifesting things by putting them down on paper is easier, mightier than feeling that you have to get into this low vibrational energy of fighting for everything you want. You know how your parents used to say, and society says that in order for you to be successful, you have to scrimp and you have to scrape and you have to bleed and you have to do this and you have to sacrifice and blah, 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 blah. What Spirit is saying here is that in order for you to step into this time of prosperity and abundance, number one, you start healing. Number two, you start writing the type of life that you want into existence. Look through that telescope and see your future. What does it look like? Now allow the telescope to show you the way, because you have the key to all of it. All you have to do is just turn it. And that's not hard. That's not difficult. It's not something you fight. Turn the key. Here we go. Let's see. All right, let's see what the Everyday Witch. Okay, so we have the Death, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Devil. So this couldn't be any more spot on. It couldn't be any more spot on. So when we go through this death, when we go through this healing process, sometimes it can be very emotionally overwhelming. Sometimes it could be very physical and spiritual overwhelming. So what do we do when we get overwhelmed? We push back and we shut down. And then what happens when we push back and shut down? The complacency, the boredom, the comfortability, the what it is that we have always known. We go back to that and we become very complacent and comfortable in that. And instead of accepting the abundance and prosperity that Spirit has for us on this wonderful journey of healing and creating the life that we desire for ourselves, instead of sitting very comfortably in this time of growth, intuition, opportunity, abundance, prosperity. So we have a choice. And here's the choice. Do we lay with the devil? Do we stay where it's complacent and comfortable? Or do we cut those ties? Do we cut what holds us to that place of comfortability and complacency? Do we cut the ties that holds us to that generational poverty? Or the mindset of society says that I will never be this way, so I guess I'll never be this way, so I'll just continue, being complacent and comfortable, being poor, or limiting my beliefs, or limiting what I want. I am feeling this in my soul. And so the Death card says that every single time you cut a piece of this cord, another door opens. And what is through that door? My nose, hold on. And what is through that door is the possibility of change, the possibility of a different path that you've been on, the possibility of abundance and prosperity and happiness and growth and everything that comes with that. Guys, don't fucking sabotage yourself. We're weeding out the rats, and the rat is the devil. The devil will tempt you with all sorts of good shit. The devil will tempt you that if you stay where you are, you'll be fine. If you stay where you are, eventually something good will come along. But are we looking for good, or are we looking for great? Are we looking for everything's all right now? Or are you looking for, this is the fucking most fantastic I've ever felt in my life. My body feels good and it feels strong, and I'm acquiring and accumulating the prosperity and abundance and the jobs and the clients and everything that puts me in this position of the Nine of Pentacles. Or are we looking for that? right? Sure, it's easy to stay in complacency and comfortability. It's easy to fucking bitch about everything not going your way, as opposed to go through the process of healing, which takes time and takes effort, and journaling or strategizing, which takes time and which takes effort. But it's all for a good cause, because at the end of it, this is what you wind up with. The change, the transformation, the transition, the prosperity, the abundance, the growth. Let's see what else we have. I wouldn't be surprised if the Tower shows up. Just breaking that shit down. Look, I mean, really. Happy family, happy life, emotional abundance and prosperity. We're not just talking about the physical part, the see it, hear it, touch it, feel it, taste it. We're talking about all of it, everything. Feeling the love, experiencing the great relationships, experiencing the feeling of joy and gratitude and pleasure and not feeling guilty about it, experiencing the ability to go someplace or pay for that $1,000 purse and not feel guilty about it, or pay for that new car in cash and not feel guilty about it, buy that fucking new house and not feel guilty about it. Because sometimes we fucking feel guilty when we buy $20 pairs of shoes at Walmart. We feel guilty about it. That's why some of us are still wearing the same shoes that we've had since 1902, I guarantee you. And that's why some of us still have the blue jeans hanging up in our closet from 1902, and we are trying to lose weight to get back in them because we feel bad about going to the store and wanting to buy something new, right? We're still holding on to shirts that we've had from high school, and we're still wearing those because we feel bad about spending money. We feel guilty about spending what is spiritually ours. And it's not spending money. It's going somewhere and using the money, knowing that the money will be given back to you in time. Right? So I heard someone say the other day that that's how you look at it. Don't look at it as going somewhere and spending the money. Look at it as going somewhere and offering them a donation, and then getting that donation back at some other point in time. It was really funny, and I was like, yeah, well, I can do that, but then I forgot it. So I'm probably not even saying it right. So yeah, it's the everything that you could want, need, and desire, right? And it starts with the healing. Look, and once you start with that, you're swept up. It's just swept up in this Eight of Wands energy, swept up in this energy of growth and creativity. But the bad part of this is, now Eight of Wands isn't a necessarily negative energy, but when you're so swept up and you haven't done your healing and your journaling and your strategizing and you're looking toward the future and all of that, this energy can take on a life of its own. And then just like in the Wizard of Oz, project you out into Lord knows where. So when you're in this Eight of Wands energy, just be very careful that you are in this energy healed, stable, balanced, and knowing of your path, right? That's just all I'm saying. The Magician. We accept you. We accept you, Magician. We're going to put those over there. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. And just like any journey, when you're on the journey of releasing and letting go, when you're on the journey of cutting all of the cords and all of the things, people, relationships, situations that have been holding you back, pretty soon you're going to feel as if you're alone, out in the cold, struggling on your own. But you're not. You're not really. It's just how it feels. So we have the Magician the Magician very much says to us that we have the power within to do what needs to be done. We have the power within to do what needs to be done to get out of this mindset, or to step away from this temptation, right? And really follow our true path by cutting away, cutting cords of anything and everything, anyone and everyone who is not conducive to our happiness and growth, who will not stand by us through this time, who hasn't stood by us in the beginning, and who won't and who won't or doesn't stand by us through this transition or transformation. We want to cut out the people who will only be there once we hit the big time, right? Because those aren't the people who were there to support us in the beginning. Those weren't the people who were there to support us when we were feeling alone and cast aside. So if you're not there for me here, and if you're not there for me here, you're certainly not going to be there for me here and here and here and here, because I won't give you that power to take advantage of me like you've taken advantage of me before, point blank, period. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, who is sitting on her throne of roots running deep, and she is surrounded, like the Nine of Pentacles, with prosperity and abundance. But now she's older, so she's lived the life, and she knows what it takes to get to this position. And you know what it takes to get to this position. The magician says you have everything that you need within you at this moment in time to cast out or cast aside, to step into your right now abundance and prosperity and growth, to cut cords and ties, weed out those fucking rats, and step through this new opportunity, or into this new opportunity, or through the door of this new opportunity that takes you into not only a life of emotional happiness, but prosperity and abundance as well. And this is a time to celebrate. This is celebrating your upgrade. This is celebrating your transition upwards, right? Your ascension, your transition, your rebirth, your what are other words that we can use for rebirth? Your rebirth, your transition, your upgrade, your phoenix rising out of the fire moment, your turning into the you who you were always supposed to be. And I said this to somebody today when I was doing these little mini morning readings that I offer. I offer many morning readings, one reading a day for the month of, and it's $30. I know it's an awful plug, but anyway, so I was telling her this morning, where was I going? This is a time of celebration. This is a time of appreciating and recognizing and seeing and celebrating you and all of this that you are going through or will be going through during this time. And the Four of Pentacles is just the aftermath of releasing and letting go. But you could be open to new people who are your tribe, people who get you, people who recognize the journey that you've been on, people who recognize your path. So you're being guided to step into your strength. And just like this tornado and the Eight of Wands, wielding that power and guiding that power whatever way you want it. We talked about rebirth. We talked about the phoenix rising out of the fire. We talked about the upgrade. We talked about the renewal. We talked about leveling up. And the Judgment card is that leveling up. The Judgment card is that rebirth. That Judgment card is that renewal. The Death card, the Judgment card, the Strength card, the Magician. This month of March for you, Sagittarius, is just going to be one where you're breaking down barriers, you're breaking down walls, maybe even stepping into a time of a new relationship with someone who is of like mind with you, or this could even be the Two of Cups, a partnership that turns into some sort of relationship, right? So we have the brooms on either side of them being very stable and balanced. We have this little fish, or this little cat giving this little cat this little fish. So we're sharing things, we're sharing our love, we're sharing our passion, we're sharing our ideas, we're sharing trust, stability, growth, happiness. We're opening up our heart to this and this, which leads us to the Ten of Cups. We are opening up our heart to prosperity and abundance, which leads us to the Queen of Pentacles, we are opening up our hearts to change, to cutting cords. And I can't stress that enough. It's just not about cutting cords, but it's about cutting and releasing ourselves from any contracts that we have known or haven't known throughout this lifetime or past lifetimes that keep us in the mindset of poverty or uncertainty or unhappiness or stagnation or insecurity or doubt, right? A lot of people believe that the reason why we go through the struggles that we go through in this lifetime is because we signed contracts to learn lessons, and this is the lessons we learn. What's this lesson? Well, this lesson is that, first of all, healing has the potential to allow us to step into this time of judgment and death, right? And it also it gives us the power over our lives as opposed to allowing an emotion to have the power over us, right? It allows us to gain control over the healing process of our life and gives us the opportunity to step away from this temptation, this everything is okay and I'm okay with being okay. Well, if you're okay with being okay, you can stop here. But if you're not okay with being okay and you want an upgrade, or you want to go through the rebirth and the transformation, the phoenix rising out of the fire moment, then you start with the healing yourself. You start with taking care of the physical body, the mental, emotional, and spiritual. And you start journaling, logging, using that quill to write out what your future life looks like, and do it in a high vibrational energy. Don't use words like my new life may look like, or I want to have. No, I already have. I don't want to have it. I already have it. I have this amazing, beautiful house that sits on this amazing piece of property, and I have this wonderful, beautiful relationship with the person of my dreams, and this is what he looks like. And I own this beautiful, amazing car, and this is what it looks like. And my life is filled with opportunity and hope and gratitude and love and abundance, and I have this amazing power that has been generating inside of me for so long, and I didn't know it until just recently, and now I'm filled with all of this gratitude, and I'm filled with all of this universal energy and spiritual energy, and now I am able to put a magnifying glass on this beautiful energy that I have and allow it to pour through my veins, and I use my intellect to manifest, use my imagination to manifest. I use my emotion to bring love and gratitude to me. I use my creativity to bring to me opportunities that allow me to step into this moment of abundance and prosperity, to gain the money that is universally mine. I open up that vault that has been out there in the universe for me, and it has everything that I've ever wanted, needed, and desired, everything I could have dreamed of, everything I could have thought about. And I open that vault, and I allow it all to come rushing out on me, and I take it little by little by little, because I want to enjoy every single fucking moment of it. I want to enjoy that new car, that new house, that piece of property, that beautiful garden, that beautiful baby, that wonderful relationship. I want to enjoy the wonderful relationships that I have with the new people that I met. I want to enjoy my creativity. I want to enjoy my abundance and my prosperity. I want to enjoy the new people that I meet along the way. I want to enjoy the people my tribe, who are here to help me. I want to enjoy the celebrations and the recognitions that I receive from the healing and the being open to my fortune, being open to my universal inheritance. So, Sagittarius, get ready, because March is going to be something pretty fucking special, and you'll have one decision. Do we allow ourselves to step into this journey with our head held high in a time of courage and strength, knowing that we have all of this before us? Or do we stay where it's comfortable and complacent and okay? And because perhaps maybe in your mind, the work that it takes to do this is just too much. And you can't emotionally deal with it, or physically deal with it, or spiritually deal with it. And that's where you're fucking wrong. You're wrong if you think you can't. You're wrong if you think that you can't overcome those obstacles in your past. You're wrong if you think that all that shit that has happened to you makes you you. You're wrong if you think that you can't heal. You're wrong if you think that you can't use your imagination to create the type of life that you want, need, and desire. You're wrong if you think that you can't step into a time of financial prosperity. You're wrong if you think that you don't have the strength and the courage to manifest the love of your life or the partnership of your life. You're wrong if you think that you can't step into this time of transformation, spiritual transformation, physical, emotional transformation. You're wrong if we don't see you, because we do see you, and we see how powerful you are, and we see how strong you are, and we see how motivated you are when you get motivated, and we see what you're able to accomplish when you are motivated. But we also see how sad and down on yourself that you get when you don't feel like you've achieved what you set out to achieve. The little successes count as well. The little successes count as well, and we want you to celebrate in the month of March each and every one of those, until you're celebrating the huge, ginormous successes. And you will have those in the month of March. We guarantee it. We love you, Sagittarius. We love you. Take care of you. Know that you're divinely guided in love. Always have been, always will be. Bye. Wait! No, not done. No, I can't get away. I can't go without this. One card. Just one, though, okay? Not 20. Just one card. Okay, 2, fine. Source. You are my source. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows that you are my source. Fill me with the confidence and faith, so I know I will never have to beg. Just gratefully receive. Hey, for the people in the back. Sacred self, I know I am love. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows my true worth in every moment. Let me experience that I am love. My own sacred self will always draw kindred spirits. Know that you're divinely guided and loved. Bye.